that's what I'm going to do first, right? Okay, we're at the end of this chapter, so my plan is today correct the homework, right? Tomorrow do some test yourself questions. Monday we'll do some more revision, right? And then I don't have you on a Tuesday, and then on Wednesday I'll give you a test to do on this chapter. Okay? I'll explain how the test is going to happen when we get that far, if that's okay. So correct homework today, revision tomorrow, revision Monday, test on Wednesday. Okay, so do you all heard me? Test on Wednesday. Okay, so I'm going to correct last night's homework just to make sure it was fine. So I gave you page 157, right? Okay, 1 to 7. Okay, so I'll do number 1 first. So number 1, Shane tosses a fair coin 6 times. He gets ahead 4 times. Shane says that if he tosses it another 6 times, he will get 4 heads again. Explain why Shane could be wrong if the coin is tossed explain why Shane could be wrong. Because what you expect to get and what you actually get never correspond. And if Shane tossed the coin 100 times, how many heads should he expect? So he should expect 50 heads. You would expect to get 50 heads half the time, right? You would expect half heads, so he would expect 50 heads. Okay, will he get 50 heads? Probably not. Okay, is that right? Number 1. Number 2, any questions on number 1? Okay, number 2, Jane and Nikki both did a dropping the draw pin experiment. Here are their results. So they dropped down the thumbtack, right, okay, and they did it 20 times, Jane did it 20 times and the point ended up 10 times. Nikki did it 100 times and he did the point up 75 times. For Jane, what's the probability? So for Jane, she got 10 points up out of 20 trials. Okay? For Nikki, right, which is part 2, he got 75 points up out of 100 trials. So that's his probability. And this is whose result is likely to be more reliable. And the answer is more reliable. The answer is going to be Nikki, because he did it more times. Right? So more reliable is Nikki because he did more experiments. Right? Okay, because he did more trials. Because, very good English there, he did more trials, as in he threw the thumbtack more times. Is that right? Okay, so that's number 2. Right, number 3, 50 cars are observed passing the school gate. 15 are red. Use these results to estimate the probability that the next car to pass the school will be red. Right, so it's basically based on what you got. So you got 15 reds out of a total of 50 cars. Okay, and that cancels down to 3 over 10, but you needn't cancel it down. Okay, right? Okay, but just in case you did, that's what it cancels down to. Right, number 4 is next. Eric is a goalkeeper, right? His manager records the number of shots he saves, right? Estimate the probability that Eric saves the next shot. So he saved 29 shots out of a total of, you add 29 and 16 to get his total. So he saved 29 and he doesn't save 16, so that means he did 45 in total. So it's 29, so his probability of saving is 29 out of 45. Give your answer as a decimal. So into the calculator with that, press S to D and round it up to 1 place of decimals. Wait, I found my calculator in this mess that is my desk. I had it there, but now I don't. Okay, there it is. Right, 29 divided by 45 equals, and then you press S to D on it, girls. Okay, and it's a recurring decimal. So if you press S to D twice, you'll see that it's 64444. dot dot dot, as in it goes on forever, and they said round it up to one decimal place, so you want to cut it off here. So you look at that number, if it's 5 or more you increase, if it's 4 or less you leave it as it is, so you leave it as it is. So your answer is 0.6. Are we okay with that? Right, that's number 4. Number 5. Kira surveyed the colours of vehicles passing her home. Here are her results. Calculate an estimate of the probability that the next vehicle will be silver. So you want to know what are the chances of the next one being silver. Okay, so you need to know how many she surveyed or how many she counted. So she counted 6 red, 10 black, 24 silver, 4 green, 12 white and 8 others. Right, so you add all those up, so that's 48, 58, 64, I'm thinking. Am I right? 44, 56, 64, I think I am. So then the probability, the next one is silver, is 24 out of 64, which cancels down to 3 over 8. But remember, you don't have to cancel it. Okay, is that right? Okay, then we, number 6 is next. So number 6 says, Owen is carrying out experiments dropping a spoon. He records whether the spoon lands up or down. Right, he records and copy and complete this table of Owen's results. Right, okay, so he did number of drops. So he did it, so number of times it landed up. Landed up, and then you have to get the probability. So the first experiment he did it, he threw it 5 times, it landed up 3 times, and that's 3 out of 5, which is 0.6. So 3 over 5 into the calculator, S to D, right? The next one, he threw it 10 times, and it landed up 7 times, so the probability is 7 over 10, which as a decimal is 0.7, okay? The next one is 20, so he did it 20 times, it landed up 11 times, so the probability is 11 over 20. Into the calculator with that, press S to D and you get 0.55. Okay, then he did it again, he did it 25 times, it went up 15 times, so the probability is 15 over 25, which is 0.6. Okay. Then he did it 50 times and it was 32, so his probability is 32 out of 50. Turn that into a decimal and that would be 0.64. Yes, Katie, Emma, you can just speak.
I did 1 to 14. I thought we'd do 1 to 14 because you said page 157 to 159, I think, is it?
Yeah, I just said, yeah, 1 to 7, so you're mathing, right? Were you dead? How many hours did it take you? I said 1 to 7, well, I said those pages because the end of number 7 is on the top of page 159. That's why I said those 3 pages. Okay, no, it's fine, you just did extra, right? Oh, that reminds me, girls, I actually also send your homework to your channel, and I say about half of you did it. So will you all start? Yeah?
My thing's sending because some of the teachers are asking for my work and I send them on my channel and some of them aren't sending.
Right, okay. Do you want to send them to me on chat so in future? See, will it send to me on chat? No, actually, do you know, I checked it and yours was there. Yes, I got yours. I checked, I looked at everyone's yesterday, or this morning there to see who sent it, and yours was sent, so don't worry about it, I'm getting yours, right? Then he did the experiment 100 times, he got 63 ups, so that's 63 out of 100, which is 0.63, okay? Right, so they're all the probabilities across there. What do you think would be a reasonable estimate for the probability? So you got 0.6, 0.7, 0.55, 0.6, 0.64, 0.63. So I'd be saying, you know, this is probably the most accurate, so I'd probably say 0.63. They're all not too far away from 0.6 something. What did you say? Did you say 0.6 something? Yeah? No? Right. I would say 0.63. Okay? Right? Or what you could do is you could add up all the experiments. So you could say 15, 35, 35 and 25 is 60, that's 50, 110. In total he did 210, assuming I added them all up, right? 60, yeah. And then how many times did it land up? Out of all the experiments, 3, 7, that's 21, 36, 60, 68, 120, 131. So into the calculator with that. Do you see the way where I got those figures, girls? I added up all the times he dropped it, and I added up all the times it landed up, and I get a probability for that. And it's looking like 0.62. So I wasn't too bad with my 0.63, sure I wasn't. Right, okay, so 0.62 when you do that into the calculator. Does everyone see where I got these numbers from? If you don't, unsilence yourself and scream at me. Right, okay, so look, the number of drops I totaled up. 5 plus 10 plus 20 plus 25 plus 50 plus 100. So when you add up the total number of times he dropped it, it was 210. And then if you add up the total number of times it landed up, it's 131. So all those numbers there add up to 131. Then I put it into the calculator and pressed F to D to get it as a decimal. Right? Are we okay? Whoever questioned that, do you want to get it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, great. Okay, and then that was number, what was that? That was number 6. Right, okay. And the last one then was number 7. So number 7, it says, a fair 6-sided dice has its faces painted either red, blue or white. Okay, the dice is thrown 36 times, right, so you have to do red, white or blue, and the tally is just for you to do your little lines, so you can do it in bundles of 5. Frequency, then you just count them. Okay, so I'm going to go across. So I have blue, blue, red, white. So blue, blue, red, white. Then I have blue, blue, red, white. Blue, white, blue, red, white. Blue, white, blue, red, white. Okay, next line. Blue, red, white, red, blue. So blue, red, white, red, blue. Then I have another blue. Then I have 2 whites. There's one, there's the other. And then I have a blue. Okay, then I have a white, blue, blue. So white, blue, blue, right, red, white, blue, red, white, blue, white, white, blue, white, white, blue, 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 red, white. So blue, blue, red, blue, blue, red. Oh, here I've lost count now. Blue, blue, red. Then it should be blue, blue, white, red, white, white, red, white, blue. Okay, now I lost the run of myself there in the middle, so you might fix these for me. I'm saying 7, I'm saying 12, and I'm saying 17, and they don't, oh, they do add up to 36, I say I'm right. Okay, because they all add up to 36, don't they? So I say I'm right. Okay, right, so that's how you do your frequency table, and then you have to answer the questions, right? Use these results to estimate the probability the next row will be red. So you want to know what's the chances of the next one being red? So there was 7 reds out of 36, and that's your answer. Okay? So part 3, estimate the probability that the next row will be white. So we got 12 whites out of 36. So this is all experimental probability, right, what actually happened. So that cancels down to 1/3, but remember you don't have to, right? And then part 4, I'm on part 3, that's part 1, that's part 2, and then part 3, it says, based on these results, how many faces do you think are painted blue, right? So look, painted blue, there's probably 17 out of 36. White, definitely white, there's 1/3, so 1/3, there's 6 faces, so white, I'd say there's 2 faces white, right? I'd say there's 1 face red, so that leaves me with 3 faces blue, okay? But girls, you're guessing, it says, do you think, okay? So there's no definite answer there, because remember, just because you got these results doesn't mean that's the way it is, because what you get and what you expect to get are different things, okay? That's what I'm guessing, okay? Right, so that was the end of last night's homework. And Katie, seeing you did up to, seeing you did up to number 14, do you want me to do any of your other questions after 7? Was there any did you have any problems? Or does anyone need, you okay?
Yeah.
Right, does anyone else need me to do any questions here? So what we're going to do is we're going to go on to the test yourself questions 8, okay? So test yourself 8, they're on page 161. So it's on page 161, and you're going to do, let's just do the whole page there. So actually we'll do some more, because there's one, what time is it? How long have I left in class? It's only 10 to, you have 20 minutes left in class. So yeah, you'll get those done and a couple for homework. So we do 1 to 8. So it's page 161 to 162, 1 to 8. Okay? Right? So when you have those written down, you can head off and start them. Okay? And I'll see you tomorrow. Okay? And we'll correct them and do some more. Okay? So you can head off when you've them down.
Thank you.
Okay, bye girls. See you tomorrow.